Hey guys, in this video I'm gonna do a recap video on my February performance, and so let's dive in. So here on the screen you can see my February calendar on the TradeZilla, and let me just do the range of the February from the 1st February to the 29th, the whole month. So the first thing you can see is that I made around 30k in February using the small size trades. The reason why I reduced my position sizing is to improve my discipline, because as you go on with your trades, as you do multiple winning months, meaning winning days, especially when they are really big, like my October, November, December, with your confidence, you also you increase your ego. So you have to fight with your ego, because your ego can push you towards negative results. It can push you towards some emotional imbalances. So that's why I rather prefer to have that emotional imbalances, to make those mistakes with the smaller size trades than doing it with the larger amount of capital. For example, in December, my position sizing was around 80,000 to 100k. So in this February, usually my position size was around 10k at the beginning of the month, and slowly I increased it to 20, maybe 25,000 per position. And I'm gonna do this following pace until the maybe April, May, or June, and then in summer I will start again with my 100k positions. So okay, let's go back to my February. Okay, you can see that I had 5 red days and everything else is green. But let's focus not on the dollar amount, but on the R multiple amount. Let us look at the R multiple. All right, so here we can see that the total R multiple realized for the month is 25R, meaning that I made 25 times more than I've been risking. So you can see these fluctuations on the cumulative profit and loss chart. That was because I made a lot of mistakes this month. I did overtrading, I did bad trades, I did revenge trades, I did oversizing, and I also did some unplanned trades, and everything is summing up into mistakes that I don't want to do while I'm trading with the larger position sizes. So yeah, I rather prefer to do those mistakes, to have those losses with smaller size positions like 10k, 15, 20, rather than having 5 times more that loss on 100k positions. So yeah, that's a trick that I do to improve my discipline. I did the same thing last year in 2023 when I had a big loss in January. Then in February, I started with 10k account. Yeah, and slowly, gradually increased my position sizing to 100k from February to November of 2023. Yeah, so let's dive to the win percentage. Trade win percentage is 55%. Usually I have around 58 or 60%, which is okay for me. Now, this February I had a little lower performance, and my profit factor is lower than usual. So that's the thing. These things are just identifying that I'm not performing well like in 2023. So I have to work on these smaller size trades to make them as good as possible, so then I can increase my position sizing and perform well with the higher amount of capitals. So let's look at the report of February. So you can see my average winning trade is 4,000 and average losing trade is 3,700. Okay, that's quite close. Usually I prefer them to have a large gap between them. So yeah, that's the thing to work on. And you can see my average hold time for the winning trades is 9 minutes, and for my losing trades it's 5 minutes. Yeah, that's okay. That's quite okay. Also, the thing is my commissions paid for my broker. Even though I made only around 30K, I paid almost 10K, 10,000, 9,500 to broker. That's quite a lot. And I recently negotiated with my TD Ameritrade broker so that they can decrease my commission rate from $0.65 per contract to $0.45, and I'm willing to decrease it even more as the time passes. So yeah, that's the main indicators. Let's look at the setup that I made. Okay, the most amount of trades came from the break-in retest, but we can see that the most performing trades are the rejection trades. Here you can see the performance of the trades. Here you can see the distribution of the trades. So yeah, it means that I have to focus more on these rejection trades in the future. It means that I perform well on this kind of setups than in this kind of setups. Okay, look at the mistakes that I made. All right, I see that my biggest losses came from the mistake that I didn't wait for the candles to set up. Yeah, that's a big issue for me. That's the thing to work on my discipline, the patience. Because when I see the good setup, I have to wait for the close at least of the 5-minute candle and wait for the open of the next 5-minute candle so that I can enter with more confidence, with more confidence. So yeah, not waiting for that is a mistake, and that led to my biggest loss accumulated. And by the quantity, the biggest number of mistakes came from not in the plan trades. Yeah, for example, I can plan calls on Tesla, but then suddenly if I go for puts, that will be against my pre-market plan, that will be not in my plan. So these kind of trades are most common. These kind of mistakes are most common in this February. Yeah, I think that's quite it for the report. Oh yeah, I can see the performance of the ticker sizes, ticker symbols. So we can see that Triple Q made me the most amount of profits, and I lost the most on Amazon. By the distribution of the trades, you can see that the most of my trades came from AMD and Tesla. Yeah, that's the thing to just to have some statistic on it. So yeah, I think that's it for my February recap on my dollar amount. Yeah, you can see this chart is not quite looking well at this area. It's quite ranging until February 15, I guess. Then I started to make a good progress. So yeah, I had a struggle, then the progress showed up. So yeah, guys, that was it for my February recap. Thank you for your attention and see you guys next time. This year we will be posting a lot of videos, so I recommend you guys to subscribe, to join, to like, and to share these videos with your friends, with your colleagues, with the people that might be interested. So yeah, guys, thank you and bye.